Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. I was debating with myself. I have to speak to you through this medium. And there's really nothing new that I can say to you. And the events that are happening around us in our community, in our society, they are not new. They're repeats. And they have their effects each time they come around. They got their effects. And it seems as if it's calling me to keep on keeping on. And I want so badly to see us as a people wake up. And when I say us as a people, I'm talking about our very different shades. I want us to understand for once and for all that the earth was made by a power that we can't see. That all of the stuff that's on the earth that serves so many awesome benefits. So it makes it appear as though the earth was made for every living thing or not that can utilize it, whether it's just here or whether it's here actually doing something. That it was made for that purpose. That we, like the earth, is made for a purpose. But in order for us to remain, we have to survive. And once we recognize what is required for survival, then we have to do what is necessary to secure it, to make sure that it is maintained, while we go about the business of doing what we are here to do. Now, living life is a wonderful thing when it promotes life, but at the time of trying to live at something that's tearing it apart, it's not going to go anyplace. And if you're following the basic principles that leads to life, then something come along contrary and contradicts that, and you start having negative effects, like a lie. Why would you follow a lie? The only reason you could follow a lie is if you really don't know the truth, and what you're basically ambitious about seems to be at the helm of a lie. And you want it, and you're willing to go with the lie if you think it'll get you there. But I want you, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about politics. This is how they keep you distracted. They tell you that this is a left thing or it's a right thing. They tell you that it is a liberal or conservative, and they put in your mind that righteousness is on the side of conservatives, or maybe another time on the liberals, or at the Republicans, or at the Democrats. You're getting it here all around the bend. That means you are being had, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to people who have the benefit of lying to you. First of all, as I was saying, the whole earth was given to everything that can use it and no other purpose. Nobody can claim anything. Nobody can deny anyone any benefits from what God has given them. And if to do so means you're violating God's rule and you're serving the anti-God. Plain and simple as that. If you know it. If you don't know it, it's not that plain and simple. It's confusing. But you think about it. If it's all yours, then why is it that even as far as the history will go back and tell us, there are always those who are filthy rich, like kings and queens and pharaohs and monarchs. I'm talking about you got races, Asians or Africans or Europeans. What is this? And you got the most wealthiest one. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Most people that are wealthy don't know what's going on. They don't know the game that's been played since the beginning of time. All they've been doing is getting wealthy. And that's been keeping them crazy. But the ones who knows what's going on, they dictate, ladies and gentlemen, who gets in a position of power, what they will do, when they will do it, how they can be controlled. I don't care who you voting for. I don't care who you think you want. Whoever comes into this governmental system is doing exactly what is allowed and permitted to be done. There's no discussion. So when you see a guy who's telling you the absolute truth, who's trying to benefit you, the people, it sounds good to you, the few of you that can hear it. But you're not going to hear that on a mass communication. And if you do, it's a lie. If you do, it's a lie. Why? Because that one is being bought. They'll come in, promise you this, and immediately start doing something else. And you been so misled till they can come in and do something like give you a black female to the Supreme Court. That's still going to go against what you thought with the babies. So what difference does that make? They're still going to allow the economy to stay just like it is. The wages. And more than that, the systems that everybody know is wrong. The systems of this government that have been so pathetic that those who were on the receiving benefit end don't even want it talked about. They don't want it told. They want it forgotten. They want it to ignore it like it never happened. The only problem is, if it never happened, it looks good for them. If it never happened, what does it do for us? And you see, it's all right. They'll accept that. And then they want to go back and practice what they are so ashamed of. And expect those who were walked on to accept it again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is about evil and righteousness. It is not about Republican, Democrat. It's not about black. It's not about white. It's not about male. It's not about female. It's about righteousness, evil. Righteousness is life. Evil is destruction. Where are we standing? There are those who are saying they're going to get their guns and they're ready to start killing. What does that say? That says evil, but they're still walking the streets and they're still buying guns and bullets and then walking around with those guns and bullets. But you're living in a system that says, I guarantee you, if these were some other people walking around with guns, it wouldn't be this silent. Hell would be breaking loose. And look at, I'm skipping around because I don't want to use up too much time. Look at what's happening with your leaders, your politicians, who have encouraged the overthrow of this government. It wasn't just about Trump staying in office again. Oh, yes, that too, which would allow him more time to do what he was doing. But it was the overthrow of this government as we know it. It was to turn it into those North Korea. Because Trump says he's much evil than that guy. So that's what, and knowing Trump, he probably was going to try to take over the world. Because only he can do it. Now, but they are walking around here every day. The Department of Justice, they're spreading what other people say are lies. They are constantly spreading those lies. And those lies had effect before January 6th. They had an effect all last year. And they still having an effect. And the resounding stuff that's supposed to blow it out of the water is somewhere sitting up silent. Acting like, I can't do nothing. My hands are tied. That's the way it's played. I'm sorry. I wish you knew, but we can't do nothing. And you're the people supposed to just sit around and accept that. Well, the power that created this earth allows the earth to continue to exist. You, the people, you allow you to continue to exist. But he set in motion, excuse me for saying he, God set in motion that the seeds that plant will produce the food or the fruit. So if you allow yourself to be gobbled up with this evil stuff, your Creator will allow you to be gobbled up. You shall have the desires of your heart. If you do not want to be gobbled up, It will be known not by you wishing. It will be known not by you hoping, not by you believing that God is a good God and a loving God. He'll understand you and give you a break. You got to be out of your mind. Would you give you a break? Would you give you a break? Of course not. So what I'm saying is this. If you want the benefits of peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of life in the fulfillment of your dreams, you got to carry forward those basic principles that do it. And that's not happening in America. That's not happening anywhere on the face of the earth. And when you hear about it, you run from it. You think I'm lying? Go back and check on this here post. Go check. I guarantee you might see 3 or 4 views. Why? Because nobody wants to hear the scrap. Why? Because it's truth. It requires something to happen, but it requires it to happen by you. No, you want heaven? Create it. You want peace? Create it. You want joy? Create it. How do you do that? By engaging yourself, allowing yourself to be free again, to be who you are. And nothing but the power of your Creator would stop you. Why? We've been taught to be slaves, every last one of us. And that's what we are, slaves. Every last one of us, black and whites and preachers and presidents of this and bank presidents, every last one of us are bald-faced slaves. Slaves. Slaves against peace. Slaves against slaves against freedom. Wow. But we can do something about it. You're going to have to do something about it. Because this evil in this country is not playing. It's not playing at all. You have seen people who you thought were somebody stand up before you like a chameleon. You say, what in the world is that? You don't even know them now. Evil. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, when I say righteousness, see, that's evil, right? But it appears to be following the dictates of the norm with the law and stuff like this with the ability to break it. But it's still law, but you break it. And you think that you can just sit here. I'm talking to the people now. The people in power, they know the game. And if they don't know the game, they know how to play the game like they know it. But you're the people. You're the one. We're the one that suffer. We're the one going through that stuff. Nobody's telling us the truth. In the churches, forgive me, churches, for telling the truth on you too. You're going to go and hear about some biblical stuff that happened. That's all you ever hear. That happened, I don't know when. I don't know when ago. But it's something they say happened. And you're going to, over your lifetime, go back and repeat this. Different men and women saying stuff about it. And your life is going straight to hell. None of them come out there and tell you, put up your, except the ones who went out there and joined with the lie. They went out there and started claiming that these are their streets. They went out there, saying that this evil voice, the spokesman for all the evil, came from God. That's church. But this church, what are you about? So it's not about the church, ladies and gentlemen. It's about a relationship. The straight and narrow. A relationship. I keep telling you. But see, the relationship is not with an individual. The relationship is with you and the power. That's what makes you all equal. The relationship between you and the power. Each of you have a connection with the power. Oh, I'm making this real clear, huh? Each of you got a relationship with the power. And the power, your coach, your provider, knows exactly what you are dealing with. You got the equipment. And now that you got the freedom and the liberty and now the knowledge and the connection, this stuff is simple. And so you walking according to all of us, every last one of us, being led by the Spirit of truth, being led by the Spirit of love. And I just say being led by God. And all of the things that we could have ever imagined that were so beautiful are being made manifest by your hands and my hands. And the enemy is over there trying to pick a bomb up, trying to come and blow you up, want to make you put down your freedom and come back over there because he'll blow you away. missile you away, machine gun you away, machetes you away. Come on back over here and be with evil, they say. What you gonna say? Yassa, boss? Or say, thank God Almighty, I'm free at last? Well, the choice is always yours. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.